Good morning and thank you all for joining us today. I am Parth Varu, event planner at Microsoft Reactor Bangalore. This session will run over the next 3 hours, including Q&A. The session is being recorded and will be uploaded to our Reactor YouTube channel. I will share the link to our YouTube channel in the chat section soon. Before we begin, please take a moment to read our code of conduct. We are all here to learn together, so please be respectful of other people's views, understanding of differences, being kind and considerate in the way you engage. The chat will be open throughout and we do encourage you all to participate. Also, please keep your mics muted during the session. I would now like to welcome Shivam, our speaker for today's session. Shivam is an author, cloud architect, speaker, and co-founder at TechScalable. Being passionate about ever evolving technology, he works on Azure, GCP, machine learning, and blockchain. He is also a Microsoft certified trainer. As of now, over to Shivam to begin the session.
Thank you, Parth. I'll share my screen. Okay, so good morning, everyone. Hopefully, all of you are doing well. All of you are safe as well. And today we have a different type of session. We'll be creating few chatbots today in the session. So let me walk you through the problem statement. Let me walk you through the what we will be doing, and let me walk you through the learning the agenda as well, and then we'll get started, right? So we basically will be talking about analytics in real time, and we are thinking of conversation or speech based, not speech based. We can have speech based as well, but basically we are talking about conversational AI. Conversational AI is where we'll have bot, and those bots can be text based, speech based. We can share images and so on and so forth. So today we are creating a bot, which will be which is basically called as Contoso Hotel Bot. And what this bot will be doing, it's a concierge service. So when the user or when the when any one from the hotel basically wants to, for example, you want to order food or you want to, let me mute everyone. Okay, so let's say you want to call the reception or you want to call the room service for any particular thing which you want, or you want to order food in room. So what we are doing is there is nobody to call as such. What we'll do is we'll be able to place the order by you can say using this chatbot. That's the overall thing which we are trying to achieve. You see, order pizza. So it's saying that your order has been forwarded to room service over there. For example, give me more towels as such. So it will be also it's sent to housekeeping over here. So what we are doing is it's intention based. It's basically it's understanding the utterance which we are doing, and it is trying to classify the utterance into intentions over there. Or these intentions right now is like what are we looking for, housekeeping and so on and so forth. So this is the bot which we are making for concierge service. And if I walk you through the rest of the problem statement, uh, okay, before I do that, let me take you back to the to the meetup page, and I will just walk you through the agenda before I go in depth over there. So if I come back over here again, so what we will be doing is this bot is ML enabled. We are using cognitive services for the bot purpose, and we are using three things as such: sentiment analysis. We are using language understanding intelligence services, Lewis, second service. We'll see on the way. I'll explain all these things, but we are using Lewis, we are using sentiment analysis, cognitive service, and we are also using Q&A maker. So Q&A maker will be able to answer questions which are frequently asked by the customers. For example, if I open that bot again and it is over here. So let's say the customer is asking that this is the customer has not logged in right now. They are not reached. They have not reached your hotel maybe, and what they are doing is they're asking some questions. For example, let's say how to book a room, like that, or what is on which cell number should I call so to book a room. So the bot is responding that you can see that call us on 555 and so on and so forth, or click on the book a room link over there and book a room, right, like this. So I have trained it for various FAQ questions. For example, how is the Wi-Fi? How is the Wi-Fi speed? How is the Wi-Fi speed? So these are like frequently asked questions, right? Even when I go for, if I'm doing, let's say, work from a hill station, maybe, or maybe let's say if you go to any other city also, that's one question which is very, very common, right? We always ask like, how's the Wi-Fi speed? Because we have to take all the meetings and everything. So how will that work out? So we'll see how can we create this particular functionality here. And I also have put a search over there. So basically, over here, this is the search functionality. This is for the business owner. Like they can search the you can say based on the various keywords. We have searchable keywords over there that which guest wants to order pizza. So I tried various names. We have Batman also who's visiting this hotel right now. So these are some of the things which I was setting last night. So this is from there. Can I get a pizza in my room and so on and so forth. So this is some of the search results which we have, which the customers have searched for. And this is mostly for the management side. This is for the business owners over there to understand which what are they doing. So for example, let's say with room number, we can also make a search over there and so on and so forth. In which room do we have to order the pizza and all that? Okay, so this is what we are. This is the main bot which we are creating. And apart from this, we are also using all of this. We are using cognitive services, Cosmos DB for keeping the you can say JSON outputs over there, the text history. We'll see how. I just showed you the search functionality. We will be using Azure Search at the backend. Event Hub will be there for event-based mechanism, event-based communication. The interface is basically it's a website. So in app services we have it. The main moving functionality behind the scenes is this Azure function serverless. Service bus is being used for uh, you can say in various locations. We'll see where and how. Object storage is also being used. We are using Stream Analytics for pushing data into a Power BI dashboard. So there is a real-time Power BI dashboard for the business owner as well over here. So we'll be thinking of how to make it as well. So if I just zoom out first, it's too zoomed in for me. Okay. So if I go here, so what we are also going to make is I have this dashboard just created called as Reactor Bot Dashboard. And it's not a very nice looking dashboard, but what it basically shows is the real-time data. For example, if you see that the right now it's a negative sentiment, we may have to talk positively. For example, let's say your customers are complaining about something. Maybe there is something which is common, and because of that common problem, all the customers are facing. Maybe there is a long queue at the reception itself, unable to check in or maybe check out itself. So and maybe they are complaining over there is any other issue. So the business owner will have this type of summarized or summary type of or the dashboards where they can see the summary of the of the of what's going on. Like if very negative, it's something which they should be alarmed. This is where they should be alarmed and they should go and figure out what went wrong. And they can even ask questions over here. I was just asking few questions here. Hopefully it's there. No. So what is the average sentiment today? See. So count of the trending sentiment today. These sentiments are just based on what we have. Count of the sentiments. I think we might have typed 4 of the text in the bot today. I might have done that. So based on those 4 entries, it's giving me a count of that. So these type of business owner can also from the data using Power BI. Okay, so let's get started. Let's see how we are doing it. Now, today we have a longer session. Generally, the sessions are of 1 hour, but today's session will be for, I think, for 2.5 hours as such. That's what I practically think will be there. and then rest will be for Q&A questions as such. Now, I would also request you to ask your questions in the chat window, so I have questions on the way. Now, before we jump into the architecture and before we jump into how we can create this and what are the various things which you should be aware of when you are making it, we will read a problem statement. So I have one problem statement here in the in over here in this PDF, and I will just walk you through the problem statement over here, which we are trying to solve. So you saw what we are creating, right? But let me also, that was just to grab your attention. Now I have your attention. So let's see what we are trying to solve over here. And this is a normal problem statement, and it's for the concepts over there. So the first up consultant, the space is in creating. Let me zoom in for everyone. They specializes in making software solutions for hospitality industry. That's what we are doing, and they design the best solutions and so on and so forth. Now, the original requirement of the products are over here, that it should to one chat session between the hotel guest and the hotel concierge. Hotel concierge will be the guest services or the caretakers at the hotel, and it's amazing. If the hotel size is smaller, then these type of solutions will be amazing for them. So they will be able to you can say automate or handle a lot of requests with less number of staff members over there. Now, public chat room for hotel guests and hotel staff, that is called as hotel lobby. That's what we have over here. This is the hotel lobby over there. There is no other room right now. It's only hotel lobby there. And the bot can automatically answer the guest questions. That's the FAQ part. That's the Q&A maker. That's the cognitive service called as Q&A maker. And we'll be doing full text search as well. So we are using Azure Search services, where we can create indexes, and those indexes are basically created on the Cosmos DB right now. We'll see how we are doing it. And we can also send SMSs. This SMS part is not right now, but you can send emails and SMS as well, in a very straightforward manner. So if in the average sentiment goes way beyond a threshold, or if let's say the now negative sentiment, let's say all the customers are chatting or are typing something which is negative, maybe complaining about something, about your restaurant food services, or maybe the restaurant is closed over there, or something, maybe the spy is not working, or the spy is not good, or something. Then if there are a lot of them are complaining negatively, then we can also make an alert and we can inform the hotel owner that go and take care of it. Okay, so now the CTO of First Up Consultant, the company for whom we are thinking of making this, they want uh, so we want it scalable in the sense that it should support the chat requirement of even the largest hotels with even 7,200 rooms over there. While we don't anticipate that any single chat room with thousands of guests over there, but what they still want is a scalable solution. Like our solution should be scalable. Now, a couple of very interesting things. Let me see if I can put you just on the main points over there. Okay, so an important point over here is to gather the sentiment of the guest as they interact in the public chat with the concierge service. Now the hotel operators are motivated. Uh, the hotel operators are motivated, and they track the guest sentiment in real time. So that's the dashboard which we are creating. So they can also respond to the guest quickly, and before the guests become frustrated, they should be able to see that and solve it and so on and so forth. Now they are looking for some sort of visualization like a pie chart, which I was showing you, the gauge which I have over there, which will show the range of the sentiment, uh, how what's going on overall, the average sentiment in last hour, last 24 hours, like that. And apart from that, they are also looking for this is what I was showing you, like order pizza, or I forgot my toothbrush. So if I say that in the chatbot, I forgot my toothbrush, then it should be able to say that, okay, housekeeping is going to get it for you. So if I just show that part, I think it's already configured. So um, let's say the hotel logs in and says that I I forgot my toothbrush over there. So, okay. So the hand basically is the negative sentiment, which the negative sentiment is basically because it's something like forgot and so on and so forth. So now we'll just wait for the response to come back. And in the meantime, I'll just show you other things over there. Can I get a bottle of champagne over there? Or so we can talk to, I have two of the, you can say services or two of the entities right now in the hotel in the solution, the housekeeping and the room service. So if you want towels, the request will go to room services. If you want pizza and all that, the request will go to, the order will be placed for you and so on and so forth. Okay, now we'll just scroll down to the customer needs over there. Now, one thing which they are very specific about, not looking for infrastructure as service. They're thinking of solutions which are more platform as service oriented or serverless. So if you see over here, we have we are also skipping the VMs and the servers, and we are going more cloud oriented, and we'll be adopting the cloud more closely using PaaS and serverless. Now, apart from that, their solution should be scalable. What we design should be scalable. That's one thing. It should automatically respond to the questions of the guest. That's very important, which we are able to achieve. Uh, and the chat solution needs to be. It should also be able to provide the sentiment analysis for the chat of the customers, for the guest, and the public chat history should be searchable. That we have the search functionality there. So, and the dashboard should have all the sentiments and the visualizations in real time. Now we are able to achieve all of this. Let's see how we are achieving it, right? So this is a problem statement. I'm pretty sure you got the problem statement. So we are doing it for a concierge service, and I will just move it. Maybe I'll just keep it there, and I'll see that why is my laptop slightly lagging right now, but I'll just go back to my whiteboard. So let's get started, right? So I'm typing a couple of things on the whiteboard over here. Now what I'm doing is I'll walk you through the problem statement. Like I'll walk you through the solution of the problem statement, and on the way I will also show you how it's being created and how it's being uh, what are we doing with it. So that's the hotel over there. Now we have I have one user which is called as basically Batman, and that Batman user is right now visiting the hotel over here. So let's put him on the screen. That's the Batman. I have trained my bot to be a little funny bot over there, and the bot is basically it understands Batman. So if I go back and say, for example, over here, let's say if I go back and say something like I'm Batman, it basically understands because I have set it up like that. So it's just for grabbing your attention and so on and so forth like this. So we'll see how can we do all of these things. Okay, now so to get started, right now, I have the solution deployed. I'll walk you through all the details and everything. The solution took me around 5-6 hours to deploy. So I'll walk you through the diagram and we'll see what we have done. And we'll understand the basic concepts from scratch to how practically it can be done. It has to be scalable as well. Okay, the very first thing is the interface which you see, that interface which I was showing you earlier, that interface is basically created in the Azure App Services. So it's a website over there which is deployed. And if I drop that image which I have snipped earlier, that's the interface. And what we are creating is, so in Azure, when you run any website, we have app services where we run that. So this box is representing the app services over here, like this. And when you talk about app services, you have the support for your favorite framework, and this is Azure App Service over there. like this. Now over here, so Azure App Service. Now the user basically goes and starts interacting by they click on the join option and then they type their name and they start interacting over there. Now it's a public lobby, so there is no authentication which is happening. But this is where you can also, for example, if you only want the user who is checked in right now, which we have not done right now, but in those scenarios, we can use a concept called as B2C, Azure B2C, where we can have the you can say the end customers logins created, or and then in those end customers login, you can simply do an authentication, and then once it's authenticated, then only the customer can do the chat. So that part I'll just make an arrow over here, and this is where that goes. And let me see if I can create straight line today or not. So this is Azure B2C. This is not the company's internal directory. It's Azure Active Directory business to customer. So the scenarios are basically that the end customers who will log in, instead of maintaining their credentials in a database, we can manage the credentials in a very high available business to customer Active Directory. This is not internal directory of this company. So this is B2C. Okay, so authentication happens basically over there, like this, and let's put it in this way. Now, that's what happens whenever anybody clicks on the bot and starts typing over there. So what I'll do, I'll just go back and I'll take a snip. So if you see, if I take you back, I have two different functionalities over here. So we'll go back in, right? Let's say we'll go back in, and here we will say order pizza. I'll see what um, I'm trying since yesterday, since pizza, so I remember that same statement. I'll show you in the bot services. We have around 15 or 20 intentions of the customer. They can order pizza. They can order hamburger also. They can order a couple of more things. We'll go and we'll have a look at it. So basically, when somebody types in this, so we are using right now over here WebSocket, which will help in doing the bi-directional communication. So type the message over here like this, right? Whenever you type something over here, now basically what happens, uh, there is a Kafka-based event hub behind the scenes. So I'll make event hub here. So what is event hub? Event hub is basically one service by which we do the event ingestions. So just give me 1 second. Just let me disable something. Okay, great. So that service was using GPU. So I think that's why my laptop was slightly lagging right now. Now it's way better. Okay, so check this. So basically what happens is the uh, there is a scenes. Now that event hub is a concept called as topic. So whenever the message is typed over here and it's sent, the message is published in the event hub over there. So we are doing event-based communication. So you see this box with inside over here. This box is called as a topic. See, like this. So what this topic will be having. So this box is called as a topic, the internal one. And that is Azure Event Hub. Azure Event Hub. Now, Azure Event Hub is based on Apache Kafka. It's a PaaS solution, platform as a service solution. It's built on Kafka. So now when we create Event Hub, inside the Event Hub, we have topics over there. So the one which I will show you in some time is the one which is having, we have created one topic over there. We'll put more details very soon. And this topic is the one which is having around 32 partitions. So you can see in my screen, I have less number of partitions, but you will imagine that there are 32. So let's say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. So like that, 32 partitions are there. So so what happens? This web app is right now the publisher. This is the one which published the data like this over there, publisher of the events, and then these events are going in the Event Hub. So these events are the ones where we have the data, where we have the message which is sent by the customer. You see like that. So when the data is written when these events are written inside Event Hub is basically immutable event log. So nobody can delete the data from Event Hub. It just persists there. So the publishers publish data. Event Hub will have topics, and this topic right now is having 32 partitions. Now, what the other settings which are there in Event Hub are also very interesting. So there are three type of Event Hubs which are possible. We can have a basic SKU there. SKU stands for stock keeping unit. It basically means the size of the Event Hub. So we can have a basic SKU. We can have a standard SKU. We can also have a premium SKU. The one which we are using right now is the middle one, the premium SKU. So if I go for the basic SKU, I can have 32 partition. So if I put partition here, partitions, I can have 32 partitions like the way you can see in my screen. I have 4 over there. We can have 32 here. In standard also, we can have 32. In the premium, we can have 100 partitions over there. The At the backend, what happens? This Event Hub is based on a topic called as Kafka over there. So if I want to represent Kafka right now in my diagram, I can represent like this, that there are multiple brokers. These brokers are representing the servers over there, the physical servers or the virtual servers as such. Like imagine on premises. So imagine these are the brokers, and on this broker we have the topic which is distributed. So it's a so how will the topic be looking like in Apache Kafka? Something like this. That's the topic. And then these are the partitions which we have in the topic over there. So this is representing a broker in a Kafka cluster. Broker, that's the topic. Now topic will be having replicas. Now multiple replicas will be there. There is a leader and there is a follower mechanism. So the read write happens in the leaders, and the followers, they basically replicate. Now, so this Apache Kafka is not required or is not needed because we are going for the PaaS solution. If we go for Kafka, it will basically be an infrastructure as service, or we have to make it in HD inside Kafka cluster. But we have the PaaS solution on top of it. So if I represent Event Hub, I can make a box like this. So imagine this yellow box is representing Event Hub over there. So it's a PaaS solution which at the backend is using Kafka, but we don't have to do the cluster management, and we basically get the same functionalities. Like we can have various type of partitions over there in Event Hub as part of the SKU. Now the number of brokers which are there, I'll say broker here, broker. So the broker was that one machine like that. So this is brokered on 100. This is in the standard we have 1,000 brokers, and this is where we have 10,000 brokers over there like this. And there is something which is very important. The Kafka or Event Hub, both these are immutable event logging mechanisms. So we write the events over there, but you cannot delete it from there. But if you cannot delete it from there, you obviously have some way to empty the space. So what we do, we have a retention period. So we retain the data inside these in Kafka, or for example, in Kafka, we have 7 days default retention. We can retain in time, we can retain in storage as well. So here, if you go for the basic, you have one day retention. This is maximum 7 days retention. We are talking about the maximum settings right now. You want to retain it for 6 days, you can do it for 6 days also. And in the premium one, we retain for 90 days like this, maximum in these type of solutions. So what we have done is we went for the middle solution, standard Event Hub, and we created one topic over there. And inside this topic, I have done retention for 1 day because of no reason. It's just my demo account. I have kept the retention off to be 1 day over there. So after 1 day, the events will be flushed out from the Event Hub as such. Now, if I want to do a long-term capture of it, let's say I would like the data to be there for 1 day, but I would also like to, you can say, save the data in some location as such. So I can do a raw capture. I can enable the capture, and for enabling the capture, I basically have to give a storage account where I can enable the capture. This is in case you want to do a code analytics on the data, or in case you want to maybe there is a compliance, and because of the compliance, you want to keep the data in another location for some X amount of days over there. Okay, so the publisher is the Event Hub right now. So whenever you say that I want to order a pizza or so and so forth in the bot over there, like this. So when this goes, this basically goes in the Event Hub behind the scenes. So I'll take you to the Event Hub now, and I'll find my Azure portal before I can do that. So my Azure portal is over here. So now I'll take you to my resource group. And there are a lot of resources which will be there, but we'll take it one by one. We'll take it step by step so we understand what they are doing and how we are doing the configuration over there. So I'll just click on this. That's my resource group. I have 31 resources right now. I'm not concerned about all 31 right now. We'll just see it one by one. So I'll just zoom out. And I'm unable to see. Okay. Uh, Let me see which one is it. Okay. That's the bot. Sorry, this is that's the website. Uh, so this is the website which we are using. I'll put this in the chat window if in case you guys want to generate some data. You can also generate some data for me because we can see it during the settings over there. Okay, so it's in the chat window, but I'll take you back to my resource group. So now behind this, so basically over here, this in this app service, if I open that app service again, I'll duplicate my page a couple of times so I don't have to always go back. And let me see if I can just duplicate one more time. So I'll be able to show you more things and I can keep them open at the same point in time. So let's open the app service again. And that's the one, concierge plus chatbot Shivam. And what we have done is we have set the configuration here. And in the configuration, if it opens up, it will basically is pointing to the Event Hub. So I'll search for the Event Hub. That's the Event Hub which I was telling you about. And in this Event Hub namespace, I have these two topics over there. So AW is this what we have right now. So so this is named as AW Chat Hub. This topic is called as that over there. Now, in this topic is where we have 1 day of message data retention and 32 pound partitions. So data is going in this location right. Now, in case I want to see if I want to do any troubleshooting in this point in time, I can also click on process data over there, and I can click on explore my data. So in case anybody just typed anything in the chatbot or whatever I typed in the chatbot 2 minutes back, that all those logs will be here. So I'm just saying that just print it out over there. So there is no data right now. Okay, still fetching something. So this is what I was just typing. If you can see, I forgot my toothbrush. This is order the pizza, join session, and give me some towels as such. Thanks and hi and all that. Some these are the other things which we can do. Order a hot dog and all that. Okay, so basically this is the Event Hub, and the data goes into this Event Hub. Now, the interesting part about the event-based mechanism is that this is an immutable event log. So now somebody needs to read from it. So what we are doing is we are going for a function, and this function is basically a serverless solution in Azure. So what we have done is behind this we have Azure function. So Azure function is serverless. And this is the one where, let me say serverless there. Serverless. Now, this is highly scalable, right? This can also be, you can say this is highly scalable. Functions are extremely scalable. They are so scalable that we have to put the upper limits. Otherwise, they might scale so quickly that the other solutions in your architecture will not be able to compete, or maybe will not be able to handle the scalability of functions. So we generally have upper limits. We put upper limits in the functions over there. This is highly scalable over here. It will scale out on its own. Now, what will happen is this function is going to read from the partitions which we have over there, like this. You see this like this. So the function will read from all these partitions. Now, what this function is going to do, if you remember, we have a couple of things which we want to do. text analytics sentiment. The customer wants to find the sentiment. I'll take you back over here to the problem statement. So if you see that they want to uh, find the sentiments uh, of the guest who are there, what they are typing. That's what we want to find first. So now for sentiment analysis, what we are doing, we have a service in Azure called as cognitive services. In the Azure AI ecosystem, there are three families of solutions. We have custom AI, conversational AI, and the pre-built AI. So the solution which we are using right now is a pre-built AI solution. This one, it's called as Azure Cognitive Service. Azure Cognitive Service over there. Now, if you are wondering what is a pre-built AI, how does it look like, and so on and so forth, I'll just quickly show you the one which I generally show. It's very intuitive. You can also search for it like this, Azure Cognitive Services, and you can just understand it just by this example. So we have around 28 type of cognitive services. And if I just show you one of them, which we are not using right now, speech to text, but you can see that even if it's a speech-based bot, it doesn't make a big difference. We just have to do the integrations there. So this is a pre-built solution. So we don't train it. It's already trained and we just embed it and we start using it. Now you can deploy this in IoT Edge also. You can deploy this in the cloud as well. Right now, this is running in my browser over here and it is converting my speech into text. So similarly, there is another cognitive service which we are using that is called as uh, basically text analytics. So as part of the language support or as part of the language services, we have text analytics over there. So what this text analytics does is when this function picks up the chat, I can say chat, it will give a score back over there. Now I have kept this page open with me. Let me walk you through the text analytics. It's very interesting. Let me see where did that page go. I kept it open to show it to you during the for this for this. And let me just put sentiment analysis there. So this is the one which is doing sentiment analysis for us. Over there. Okay. Okay. So check this out. I'll put this link in the chat as well if anybody wants to keep it with you. Okay, so now so we are using this sentiment analysis service, the text analytics service, the cognitive service. What it does, it will have three labels over there: negative, neutral, and positive. So when you send any statement to this service, you will get negative, neutral, and positive as such. And they will give a score of that. Like there is a confidence score of is this statement negative, is this statement positive, is this statement neutral over there. And the score will vary from 0 to 1. So if I show you a few examples here. Okay. Okay, so this is where we have this the one indicates high confidence. So if I explain that, like what is the meaning of it? Let me just use my whiteboard to simplify that. I'm pretty sure it's very self-understood, but I'll just take my time in explaining because today we have the time with us, so we can go through all the details. Generally, we have the sessions of 1 hour only. Uh, so now there are three labels over here: positive. So there is negative, and then neutral. Or we should put neutral in the middle, but let's say neutral here. So whenever any input is done, the score will be for all three of them over there. Let's say there is something positive in the statement. Let's say 0.6 something. Maybe a part of it is negative, maybe 0.3, and maybe some elements are there which are neutral over there, and so on and so forth. So there is a confidence score which comes back. Now there is something which is very interesting. See, just by having positive and negative, you will not be able to provide good solutions to your customer, because people do not write just positive or negative. They can say that, okay, food was good, but the serving was, but it took more time. So food is not the main problem, but the feedback is that the time it took for the food to be delivered is more. So now what they have done very practically, there is an opinion mining which happens as part of it. So I'll show you this diagram over here, and then I'll explain. The room was great. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory here. The room was great, but the staff was unfriendly. So overall statement is negative. Overall, it's negative statement. But when you talk about the opinion mining, so there are two subjects right now: room and the staff. So room was great, it's positive, and but the staff was negative over there. So we can extract all this information from in an automated manner, that what is being talked about right now, and what is the statement, or what's the sentiment for that particular sentence, or what is so in a paragraph, what is a sentiment for that particular sentence, or for that particular object, as well, or for the subject over there. Are they talking about something positive, negative, or so on and so forth over there? So this is the opinion mining, uh, as part of the text analytics. Okay, so that's what we are also using. So I'll just close it for now. So what this bot does, it basically picks up the sentiment of the guest, and it sort of asks the pre-built AI solution that, do you know what is this? How frustrated is this customer right now? Maybe maybe if it's very frustrated, we can say that the call will go to the reception, or the call will go to a human being, rather than frustrating the customer further, right? So those type of things can be thought through as well. Now, in our solution, what happens? This is just a tick mark which we have here. So if I take you back to the one which I was showing you earlier, so this one. So we just get a tick mark. Like, it for us is a tick mark. We can see this the scores at the backend. I can show you in the logs. In when we do the event processing, we can see the logs there. But right now, for example, if I go back in, as such, like uh, food is bad. So this is basically, we'll get a negative tick mark. It's a negative statement. Food is bad. So the seems the bot is inactive right now. And yeah, sorry. So the food is bad. It's negative like this, and this is basically food is good. So this UI tick thumbs up, thumbs down is just in the UI, and but the main service which is working at the backend is the text analytics service over there. And right, I like the room, and so on and so forth. Okay. uh okay, it seems to be not. I like the food. Let me try that. Seems like it needs more training, right? So it seems like it needs more training. I like the ambience of the room. Maybe I will stay here again. Let's see what happens. Okay, it needs more training. That's one thing which we definitely can go for. Let's do retraining. Okay, now if I take you back, so check this out. What happens is the so okay, this is not the only problem statement which this customer is having right now, which they also are looking uh, for language understanding. So if I take you back to the this part of the problem statement, if you if we can find that, uh, basically I highlighted it earlier, and it will be somewhere here. Yeah, over here. So now, for room service, for example, can I order pizza and so on and so forth? So the request should go to the correct department, or the request should go to the correct uh, concerned you can say department over there. So for example, if I just go back and say I order hot dog, so this request should go to that I want to order the hot dog, should go to the room service, and that room service will send this to me over there. And if I say I want to get me some extra fresh towels over there, then it will go to the housekeeping, these type of things. So for this, language understanding is required, because in natural language, it may not be order hot dog. So let's try something else. I want to try the hot dog. So let's say another person says that. Let's see what happens. I didn't try this statement earlier. So okay, let me. Oh, it didn't understood it. So what we can do is, it didn't understood that. So what we can do, we can keep this, and this is something which we can use for the retraining purpose. I'll show you what I mean by retraining. But this is a part of the machine learning practice, that when the intentions are not correctly classified, we do these type of retrainings over there. So what is getting understood is, let's say order hot dog, uh, uh, hot dog in my room. Let's see what happens with this. So, okay, great. So it understands that. So this is language understanding. The problem with language understanding is that this is a problem with language understanding, what we are seeing over here, that different people can say the same thing in different ways over there. So because of that, the uh, so we have to classify the utterance of the customer in correct intentions. So we have a service which is called as Lewis over here. So what we have done, I'll just take you to Lewis now, and I'll show you how do we work with it. So the full form of Lewis is Language Understanding Intelligence Services. So what this function does, when it needs to get the intention classified in or the utterance classified over there. Let's say this is the utterance over there, and this is wants to get it classified. It send this to Lewis, Language Understanding Intelligent Services. Now in Lewis, we have created intentions over there. So the intention which I have over there is called as order in, and order in is having two entities over there. One is housekeeping as such, and the other one is room service over there, room service. So whenever somebody sends a chat, that's the utterance. Then Lewis classifies that into housekeeping, or are they talking about room service right now? Right? What are they thinking about? That's what it does. Now, this is also a cognitive uh, pre-built solution over here, which we can tune as such service. So if I show you this part, right, I'll take you to Lewis, and Lewis is basically open in my secondary screen or not. So I'll just open Lewis again, and let me move it here. So now what I have done is, I'll just close the unnecessary tabs so I don't get confused. But let me find my Azure portal back again. Okay, so the now in Azure, what I have done, you will see that in my resource group, I have this. I will just show it to you here. You see this Lewis API. So what this Lewis is, basically it is having its own interface. That's how it looks like. We'll go one page back. So we come to Lewis interface like this, and from here we create the chat bot over there, or you can say not the chat bot, or you can say the conversation app over there. So you can click on this new, and you can fill up in which language your bot or your conversation will be coming in. Is it Arabic? Is it Chinese? English is what we have selected right now. Is it Hindi? Is it Japanese? Is it Spanish? And so on and so forth. So now the once you do this, you basically would like to go inside, and you will create intentions over there, or intent. So the utterance of the customer, utterance is whatever they are typing, is the utterance of the customer needs to be classified in the intentions as such by Lewis. It's a type of classification for natural language processing. So we have this one intent over here, order in, and inside this intent we have housekeeping and room service. Two of them is what we have created here. Now what we have done, the so you have to train this right now for training purpose. What I have done, I have these statements over here. I'll bring up the new one which I want to retrain on, the one which we just tried about the hot dog. Let's do that. So it's all about retraining as well, right? For example, right now I have, so how do you add it? So let's say if somebody types this, I want to try the hot dog over there. So it got added over there. Now you have to specify what's the uh, it's part of which you can say it's part of room service, or is it housekeeping over there. So this is, we want to try the hot dog, so it's a room service over there. So this is I'm too hot, this is housekeeping, so maybe not sure what will they do with it. I'm very feeling very cold, so maybe increase the temperature in the of the area over there. The room is too cold, the room is too warm, need more blankets, me need a hot dog. So if you see, it's a room service is what we are putting it to. So like this, I have added around maybe around 20 25 statements like that. And it's a practice that you log the sentences, and whatever uh, if it doesn't get classified properly, like we were just trying it out, then you retrain it. So for example, I have just added that new statement as well. It got added somewhere over here. So we'll click on this, or on this train. And then once we have this, we'll click on publish over there. So it is training the language understanding, and then done. Let's say publish. I am using the staging slot right now. So I'll publish this in the staging slot. I will also publish in the production slot. I'm not sure which one I was using. I think it's the staging slot. I never converted to the change it to the production slot, but let's go and try it out if it is working now. So we want to try the hot dog. Let's try that same statement. So uh, the bot is open here. We'll just move the bot here. Now I want to try the hot dog. So let's try. Okay, so let's check this out. Okay, so I want to try the hot dog. So one thing we got correctly is it's going to the room service. The request goes to the room service now. The sentiment is negative. That we can further tune. That it should not be a negative sentiment. I want to try the hot dog. I think maybe the sentiment I need to select some sort of maybe the food domain. Maybe hot dog is something like negative, hot and dog together. It's not like that. So maybe because of that, it's coming over there. So let's say I want to try pizza. Let me see what's the sentiment of this statement. I'm pretty happy with it. No, will tune it. We'll tune it. But okay, one thing is fixed. We are able to go to the room services now. Okay, so this is what Lewis does. Lewis will classify your utterance into various intentions over there. So something goes in this housekeeping or room services. You retrain it, you republish it, and you perfect it, and it's an iterative process. Will take what time it takes for it to do that. Okay, now one more interesting thing which we are doing over here is the what this function does, right? This function also uh, puts the chat for retraining purpose. It does a logging as such. So what we have done is here I have another topic. So in the same event hub, this event hub is the same as the old one. There is a different topic over there for the archival purpose. So everything is, so what you will notice is that there is nothing which is depending on each other. Everything is like you can say the function will create the event, and then if somebody wants to process the event, they can process the consumers can process the event, and the nothing is depending on anything else over there. So this is the consumer right now, consumer. And then over here, this is the publisher. In this arrow, I can say that it's the publisher. It's write the output. So this is another topic which we have. This topic is called as this is the archival topic from where we'll do the logging. AW Chat Hub 2. This is the Chat Hub 2. Now this is what I have over here. In the This is what we have in the Azure portal. In the same Event Hub, we have the second topic over there. You see this one. The purpose of this is all the archiving. So what happens? Whatever responses are coming as such, whatever happens, positive, negative, correct or wrong, whatever, right? Everything is going in this topic over here, and we have same 32 partition. So there are 3 in the screen right now, but you will imagine them to be 32. So in the same Event Hub, we have another topic there. And now the behind this topic is where I have a service which is called a Stream Analytics service. This Stream Analytics service is providing the Power BI functionality right now, or it is making that Power BI functionality work right now, which the customer is looking for. That all the sentiment should be there, and so on and so forth. So this is Azure Stream Analytics. Now in Stream Analytics, what happens? We basically this, for example, if you there are like 2 type of processing, right? We can have hot path and we have the cold path. This is the one which does the hot path for you. This is the one which does not save data. This is the one where you do the analytics in real time. As soon as possible, your analytics will be done. And now you do not need a Spark cluster. You don't need any cluster concept. What it does, here we basically run the TSQL queries are there, and we enrich the TSQL queries with JavaScript functions. So this is TSQL queries over there, and we also have JavaScript functions. JavaScript. Now, in my previous sessions, which I have done, this is the 36th session today. In the previous 36, 35 sessions which we have done, many times we have used Stream Analytics for the purpose of doing machine learning. You can do, and in future also, I have some sessions which are coming up on IoT. And in those, we will be doing anomaly detection in Stream Analytics service. So what we can do, we can run ML jobs also over here. And this service can actually even call the cognitive services, and this service can even call the custom AI solutions which you have. And the queries will run over there. There are multiple, you can say, windowing functions which we have. If you work with Stream Analytics, you have windowing functions. So typically what happens, or practically, this is how it works. So data will be coming from here. This is the input, and then we have to create the outputs over there. So let's say inputs and outputs are there. So this input connector, this will connect with Event Hub. Event Hub is from where it will read as such. And just FYI, Kafka or Event Hub, it's a pull mechanism. We pull the data from there, right? Nothing pushes the data. We read the data or we pull the data from there. And based on the retention period over there, your data will be persisting inside the Event Hub based on the retention over there, right? So now, so basically what happens here is that the Stream Analytics service, it sort of it takes the you can say it takes the input from Event Hub, and this is where we do the we run few queries over there. And now there is a concept which we are using, which is called as tumbling window. Now tumbling window is what we have here. Now what tumbling window means is how often will the query be running, and the window is tumbling. It's tumbling down the staircase, so it doesn't overlap. So what we are setting is a 2 minutes window over there. So this this basically right now we are thinking in minutes as such. You can also think in seconds or milliseconds, but right now the tumbling window is of minute, which I have set up in this example. So the tumbling window is, imagine this window over here. So whatever data will be there in that point in time. Let's say in those 2 minutes. On top of that is when the query runs. So the first time when the query will execute on that 2 minutes of data. Then the window will tumble down the staircase. It will not overlap. It will move ahead in time like this. So then there is no overlap. And then the data which is coming from 2 minutes to 4 minutes time, these are the data which is coming from the event hub over there. That's on top of which the query executes over here. So this is the second time when the query executes. So, and data is what we are talking about, which is there in this event hub, and it's reading from the various partitions which are there here. Now the and okay, so and this is 24/7 running. This particular service is not stopping right now. It is executing 24/7, and it is doing two things for us. First is that it is logging all the chats into Cosmos database. And second thing, what it's doing is it's pushing the data in Power BI. There are two things, two outputs which Stream Analytics will have, which I will walk you through. And first is that there is a JSON based, or there is a semi-structured database which we have in Azure called as Cosmos database. So Cosmos database is a globally distributed database over there. So basically, you can have multiple endpoints. I have one endpoint in my demo right now, but in the diagram, I'm making 3 endpoints just to just to be a little more representative of what Cosmos DB can do. So this Cosmos database is a non-relational database, right? This is non-relational. This is NoSQL. This is NoSQL. And we will keep semi-structured data over there, semi-structured. Okay, now in this Cosmos DB, so for example, let's say this is the East US endpoint, East US. This is some other endpoint over there, West US. And maybe this is Central US or something else in the world, Southeast Asia. So whatever endpoints you have, Cosmos DB can write your data, or you can write your data in Cosmos DB. Right now, Stream Analytics is going to write in Cosmos database, and it is going to be, you can say, basically we have containers there. So there is a container which is called as message over there, and in that message container, all the chat will be getting logged. So we'll have a look at it in now. So you see this container. Container is basically in semi-structured database like MongoDB. You have containers. So here also in the semi-structured Cosmos DB, we have container. Containers are equal to tables in relational databases. So all the data is going in JSON format inside this container. That's one of the output. And the second output basically goes to the Power BI. So this streams into Power BI. So the Power BI dashboard is real time. It is getting updated based on it's every 2 minutes. You can say every 2 minutes because the Stream Analytics is streaming data 2 minutes. In every 2 minutes, the tumbling window is of 2 minutes over there. And this is where we have two of the graphs. One is the average, which I was showing you in the starting of the session. It shows the average of the sentiments right now. Like it's a gauge, basically shows you the sentiments. Sentiment. And the other one is over here, which is a line chart, and it just shows the current sentiment. Is it positive or is it high or low, and so on and so forth. So let's go to Stream Analytics. Let's see what we are doing over there, this part, and we'll see Cosmos DB after that, right? So let's go into Stream Analytics. So I'll just zoom out and I'll look for the Stream Analytics job over there here. And this Stream Analytics is basically called as message logger. So I'll just go back and modify my diagram so we can relate with it a little more. This is the message logger. Message logger over here. And what it does is it basically does the message logging. And what are we going to do with that message logging? We can do a lot of retraining, right? We can even do the retraining of the ML solutions which we have using the data which we have here. So retrain the ML solutions. over there, right? Because if people are asking of some new type of food, then the bot will not be able to understand. So we have to do the retraining like we did it for the hot dog statement over there. Okay, now if I take you back, uh, so it is running right now. It runs 24/7. It's a non-stop stream analytics solution. And the if I click on input, I have this event hub is the input right now. And this event hub is the output one. Like this is the one where the function puts the output. It's that topic. The function gets it from the first topic. It writes in the second topic over there. So the second one, adventure, or you can say AW chat hub 2 is the is basically the input over here. Okay, so if I click on this, you will be able to see it's grayed out. It's grayed out because it is running right now. The stream analytics service is running. I cannot modify it. I have to stop the service and then I can modify it. But if you can see, this is the name of my event hub namespace, and that's the second topic for archival purpose. And we are basically, this is the name of the policy which I have. You see this chat console policy. Let me which is here. If I click on the topic, this hub 2, and if I click on this policy, so you will see that we have three options over there. Let me just quickly check my audio once, if everything is fine. Okay, now check this. So you see this chat policy here. Now we can, for different purposes, we can do different things. Like we can have send or listen, or maybe manage also. So if you want to write the events, you need send rights. If you want to listen to the events, you need listen rights. Right now, what we are doing with the same, we are doing listen and write both. We are sending and listening both. So we have selected both of them. And this is what this is the one which is being used over there in this step. The policy key is being used, which is basically this one. So that is being used over here for the communication. The data is in serialized in JSON format, and that's the input of the stream analytics job. So this service is reading from there, and then it's writing into two outputs over there, or I think three outputs. I will just correct my diagram over there. So this is Cosmos DB over here. This is one of the outputs where in Cosmos DB, that's my Cosmos database called as the hotel Cosmos DB Shivam. And then there's a database there called as Adventure Work Hotels over there, or AW Hotels over there. So that database is something which I can represent in my diagram as here. So imagine a database being there like this, like this. And this database is there replicated in all the endpoints. Now Cosmos database can be multi-master, right? You can, if you have multiple endpoints, read write can happen in all the endpoints. Or if you have single master, multiple read copies, then that's also possible. So this is a database. And in this DB, we have that container where the data is going right now. And it's called as message store. So the name of the container, the inner box is message store over here, this one, where all the outputs are going there. And there is a partitioning which is happening inside it, which is a separate thing. Just FYI, in Cosmos database, if you have to do partitions, there is no technical limit on the number of partitions which we do there. So if somebody asks you ever, or if you have to design a solution for this, so number of partitions, there is no limit. So, but it doesn't mean that you can you should do infinite partitions, because it will just slow down everything. If your queries are scanning across the database, it will slow down things. So you can do a partitioning with date and time. Some things to keep in mind, that if this is representing the partitions which are there in Cosmos DB at the backend, then in that semi-structured database, then the limit on the partition is 20 GB over there. So I can have 20 GB of data in one partition. So when you do the partitioning with date and time, based on your date and time, just make sure that your data should not grow in that one date or 1 hour or in that 1 minute, based on which you are doing the partitioning beyond 20 GB. But there is no limit on how many partitions you can have. And the costing of Cosmos database is basically done in request units. So here we have a concept called as request unit. So what I have done is, in my example right now, I have given 1,000 request units over there, 1,000 RUs over there. Now, 1,000 RU means I can do 1,000 KB per second read. So that's the capacity of my, that's the throughput of my Cosmos DB right now. 1,000 KB per second read. That's what it can do. So 1 KB in 1 second is 1 RU, like just FYI, is 1 RU. And if you are doing 1 KB write in 1 second, then let's say if you have to write, then it's 1:5. It's basically 5 RUs over there. So the ratio is where somewhere around 1:5 over there. So when we talk about reading, if we give one request unit, it's 1 KB per second. I can read, but the writes are 5 times heavier. Like that's the number which you have to sort of remember when you're doing the capacity planning for the Cosmos database. Okay, so right now we have done what you have in the screen. The partitioning is done. The partition is not growing beyond 20 GB. Right now, I don't have that much of data. Neither do we expect that the customers will be putting 20 GB of chat in one day. Uh, that will be pretty huge, or like that. Okay, so now if I take you to the Power BI, here we have two databases, two data sets over here. So there is one data set which is being used for creating the sentiment graph, and the other data set is being used for creating this trend over there, the trend of the chat. So these are two different data sets. So what we have done for these two different data sets, we have two different outputs over there. So if I take you back, you will see that there is one Power BI output. This Power BI output is going to the average sentiment score data set in Power BI. It should load here or not. We'll just see in the Power BI if it doesn't load there. So you will see that I have two data sets over here. This is the message data set, messages, and the other is trending sentiment. So this messages data set is where this is sending the output, this one. And I think I'm logged in with a different user in Power BI. I have a license on different user, and the license is, and this is a different user right now. So that's why it's not loading. Yeah, I have to log in with the other user. So with the Power BI user where the license is there, then that part will load. So no issues. This is a good thing that we are unable to see somebody else's data, but because it's using a user token right now, it's not using connection string. So if you are logged in with the wrong user, your token is not the correct one. So that's why it's not loading there, but that's fine. Okay, this trending sentiment is streaming the data in this data set here, trending sentiment over there. Now, if we go back and read the query, then we will click on the query section, and the query section is also, let's refresh the page. So this should load. Okay, now that's my query. There are three queries which are running over there. There are three different things happening. First is that data from Event Hub is going in Cosmos DB. That's one thing. There is a question in the chat that what's the single maximum input processing text capacity? Can it process data in GBs? Text capacity. So if you're thinking about it depends on the pricing. So for example, if I show you the pricing of my text analytical service, I have 5,000 API calls SKU. So let me see what other SKUs I can show you here. So for example, the one which we are using is this one right now. 5,000 transaction free of cost over there. That's the one. The other one is 1,000 calls per minute, and that's the other one. So 1,000 calls per minute. Okay, this is API call. Now what happens if I want to run it locally in a Docker container? I can simply download and I can run in the IoT edge. That's a different thing. So it will do a edge-based analytics over there. Right now, this API call. So it's happening in the cloud. We can download and run it locally as well. Okay, now what happens? Are other solutions can this process in GBs? This actually can process in TBs as such, not even GBs. So not exactly this one. We have to create the sentiment analysis cluster. Sorry, stream analytics cluster over there. This one, second one. We have this one right now. It can go till 192 MB. This one can do it in even beyond that. Like it goes beyond that cluster. So that can also be used if we are doing uh, if we are thinking of some batch processing where you have GBs of data in one batch. Okay, now check this. So data is coming from Event Hub. We are writing into Cosmos DB. That's one thing which is happening. That's my first arrow, the top arrow over there. The second arrow, which is here, is basically it is taking the data from Event Hub. So from is in the bottom and it's writing into Power BI. Uh, that's the Power BI, and Power BI is the Power BI data set or the name which we have given in the output section. So this Power BI represent this connection Power BI. It's not really representing Power BI, it's representing the name which we have given in the output section. So the third thing which we have is in the third one is where we have the tumbling window. So what it does, it creates the average score uh, and it takes it from the event hub, the average score of the sentiment, it writes into the trending sentiment data set. Trending sentiment data set is the bottom one over there, on which we have the trend line, which is created on the trending sentiment. And we are using a tumbling window. Tumbling window is what we were thinking over there, that this is the window of 2 minutes and the query will be executing on this tumbling window, and it will not overlap, it will move ahead in time, it will tumble down the staircase. So this query is running 24/7, and we can also see a few outputs. We can test it out. We can run this here, and we can see that what's going in the Power BI trending section over there. Basically, the let it run. Okay, so the average score right now of the 2 minutes which we are speaking is the is .46. It should be the old score only, or maybe somebody is using the bot to write something. Okay, now the what this one writes, we can just test it out. So this is what goes in the which goes something like this. Okay, so Vinay is asking for I want a coffee, and I can see that's me. Batman is writing that, right, like this. So now the which partition ID are we reading from? It's 13. 13 is basically this one. Uh, it should be reading from the 13th partition here. 13th. We have 32 partition there. There are 3 in the screen, but there are 32 practically. So in the 13th partition, this data was there from Vinay. T was cold like this, and then it was doing that. Okay. Now the another very interesting thing which we are doing is, so this is the sentiment part, and then what I have done in the Power BI is a simple, not a very nice looking report, but I have this dashboard where I have this gauge. It looks very big right now, so I will just see if I can slightly reduce the size of that. So you can create a very beautiful dashboards here. So this is what I was able to do. And the second is the trend which is going on. Is it positive or negative trend right now? So we have this. You can say, sorry. Let me not do that. Let me just set it to be on default. Okay. Let me go to the dashboard. Okay. So in this dashboard, if we can zoom in here, you will see that the lot of negative sentiment happened as such at this time over there, like this. It's deployed in East US right now, so this should be something to do with East US time zone. Uh, and some positive things happened at this time at this time. And right now at this time is basically something positive is going on, and the trend is going down. So if the trend goes down a lot, uh, sorry, I'm just uh, this is the sentiment trend. Oh, sorry, one is in the bottom, 0.8 is on the top, and the basically it's half of the graph. It should go beyond that as well on the top, but it's just showing a trend over there. Like how is it behaving? It's going positive or negative, and we need more labels here. Like uh, that is it's negative in which direction right now? Is it the bottom is negative or the positive is or on the top is negative? I need to check it out. I didn't thought it through earlier to put it here, and I just forgot that. Then I also need to check the trend over there. But this is the average, which is you can just practically think it through that the trend of the sentiment. So if something is very wrong, the owner of the business should be aware that go and check it out why everybody is saying negative about this right now. Okay, now so apart from this, one another thing which the customer wanted us to achieve was to have a FAQ bot there, or to be able to answer the FAQ questions which customers can ask, even like uh, is the Wi-Fi fast? How can I make the room booking? And how can I do all these things? So the problem statement was somewhere here where we highlighted earlier, and I'll just take you back to that. I hope you remember that when we highlighted it earlier. Let me just search for FAQ over there or questions. Yeah, okay. So this is the problem statement, this one. For this, what we are doing, we are going for the third cognitive service, which is called as a uh, Q&A maker, which we are using. So the Q&A maker is a different, so the Q&A maker is not embedded here as such. So what I can do is I can show you how we are doing it. Uh, so the function, what this function does, this function writes the uh, writes the message coming in the bot section onto a service bus, onto us enterprise service bus, and that enterprise service bus is basically what we call as Azure Service Bus. So here, this goes into one service called as Azure Service Bus. It's a basically it's a partition queue which we have based on Apache Kafka. So this solution is called as Azure Service Bus. And inside this service bus, we can create multiple topics over there. So we only have one right now. So this is representing the service bus. So the messages are going over here in this service bus. And the size of these, the length of the service bus is 80 GB technically. And the message size is of 256 KB, or it can be a bigger message size of 1 MB. So there is a standard and a premium service bus option available. So where these two things are possible. So what we have done, the function basically uh, for the FAQ functionality, we are using uh, Q&A maker here. So I'll make it here. So this is the Q&A maker over there. Q&A maker. Now my diagram should loop back to the initial website, but I'll just make it here. So the web app is this. This is the same web app. This is the same web app where we started from. You can loop it back as well to that one. It will be difficult for me to make it, so I'll just make it here. And it's the one from where the chat is going on. This is that one. So the so if somebody clicks on the bot section, FAQ part, which we call as FAQ bot section, And if they ask the questions, there is a message endpoint, and that message endpoint basically points to Q&A maker. And the Q&A maker is having its own, you can say, exposure. So let me just make one bot service here. So what I have done is I have deployed a Azure bot service here. This box is representing Azure bot services, Azure bot services. And behind the bot service, we have the Q&A maker. So if somebody doesn't see, okay, so there are two functionality. I just want to clarify my diagram. Looks slightly difficult to understand right now. If I take you back to this, so right now we have two different functionalities here. First is this join chat option. There is a different chatbot which we have here, or there is a different sentiment analysis, and there is a different uh, Lewis-based functionality which we are providing in this section. Then we have a bot section over there. This is what we can also rename as FAQ, like FAQ questions or something. So if I click on this one, and if I send that the chat over there, then what happens is what if we zoom out, that's what happens. This is the flow of the entire logic. And the responses basically they use SignalR, and this is one of the service bus based on which the responses will be updated and so on and so forth. But when somebody uses the other functionality FAQ, which we could have named as FAQ, but it's bot there. So this is the FAQ questions. Like this is what we're thinking of how to book the room, and so on and so forth. So the FAQ questions are there. So this basically is exposed via one bot service. What bot service does? Bot service does channel integration. So here we are using the web channel, and this bot service at the backend uses Q&A maker. So I'll take you to Q&A maker, and what I have done over there is I have uploaded the FAQ questions there. So as part of the data, I have a list of FAQ questions, and these questions I uploaded there. So what this Q&A maker did, it created a knowledge base KB on using the FAQ questions. And if anybody asks any FAQ question, this Q&A maker is the one which responds back, which sort of uh, does that. So let's go and have a look at this. How does this work? So Q&A maker may be open somewhere here. So this is another service in Azure, Q&A maker. So you have to make it, either you make it first or you come here, you make it from there. So if I go to my resource group, let's say I take you one page back to the RG. And if I click on and if I find that Q&A maker, so you need this. You need to make this first, right? Or you can make it afterwards also, but you need to make this. And apart from this, there is a different bot. So this is representing that over there where I'm moving my cursor right now. And the Q&A maker is being represented by this one. That's the one. So this is what we are using in the Q&A part. So if I just put it here, and so what I did is I went to create a knowledge base over there. And in create a knowledge base, I basically clicked on Q&A service, and I made that, and I selected that. I selected this from here like this. This is the old one, the one which I was just showing you. And then I selected the language, that which language is it. There were more options also. We may be able to see it somewhere else as well, but there are, I never counted, but there are a lot of options available for different languages. The name of my KB is, we'll go and check it out over there. And then to populate the FAQ questions, you can provide URLs. You can also provide the over here, let's say the what type. So I uploaded a file there. So I clicked on this add file, and then I uploaded a file from my laptop. And this is basically one Excel file. I'll see if I can show you the Excel directly. So it's in the download section there, and the Excel is opening up. Okay, so this is the Excel which I uploaded. and it is having these are the questions, FAQ questions. There is a question in the chat: can we skip Cosmos DB and directly connect web app to the event hub? Web app to the event hub. There is no see somebody, you need a backend service as such. Web app and the reason why we have event hub, we can check on that, like how web app in a chatbot can be connected to the event hub. I think it's totally possible. It can read from it. It's just a piece of code. Event hub is just a event log. You can, if you have the authentication keys, you can go and read from it. But the question is that the reason why we are using Cosmos DB is not just to respond back. Uh, it's the reason we are using Cosmos DB is for the logging purpose, for the retraining purpose. So you need to have something replacing Cosmos DB, maybe like a storage account or a data lake. But you may be needing Cosmos DB equivalent solution. It's not being used right now uh, for the bot purpose. It's just the logging output location where the archival messages are being saved over there. We'll go and have a look at it. I think I forgot to open the Cosmos DB. Let's have a look at this, then we'll go back and see the Cosmos DB. So if I take you back here, okay, so these are the FAQ questions which we have. Are the pets allowed? How do I book a room? Do you have a Wi-Fi? Do you have a pool? Can I smoke in the room? Can I borrow a bike from you? And so on and so forth. These are FAQ questions, right? So the business owner can have these FAQ questions, and then they can basically provide here. Then they can also select the chit chat option there, which will make the bot professional or friendly. Like, how is it supposed to talk? Like, is it supposed to say hi, sir, or is it supposed to say hey, dude? Right. So what is it supposed to say? Now, based on chit chat, some canned responses get added. It's nothing very specific, but canned responses are there. So canned response in the sense that when the bot doesn't know, out of vocabulary question comes. If there's something OOV, then how will the bot respond to it, right? So it will put something like that. For example, if I go back and show it to you, so I there is nothing like if I say where are you, there is nothing which we have where we have a question like that, but it will put a canned response. It will say that, okay, I'm digital, uh, I don't have this, what is your name, right? Like this. So if somebody asks all of these are out of vocabulary questions, uh, it will do that, right? Like this. So uh, like that. So how funny should it be? You can select like this. Like, should it be friendly, witty, caring, enthusiastic, professional? I think it's friendly right now. I don't exactly remember which one I selected. Either professional or friendly. One of them I did. And then create your knowledge base. Okay. Once you make it, it shows over here and it doesn't show anything. So let me see why. Okay. These are my demo accounts. Doesn't matter right now. After demos, they won't be there. But the knowledge base should be visible here, which that one, concierge plus. Now the okay, so once you upload, you can also put your own question. So I added this one. I'm Batman. So yes, you are, like this. So this is just for the for getting your attention. So these are the questions over there. Now, one thing which Q&A maker can do, see right now, the FAQ is very nicely oriented. Like, there is a question, there is an answer, which is very straightforward, right? Um, but it can do maybe not a very good job, but even if you give a paragraph, let's say you say Q&A maker, you go and create question yourself from a paragraph. It may not do a very good job, but it can try it out. Like, if you do give unclean data, it can still it can do something with it. It will not totally will be useless as such. So, but if you have a very nicely organized data like this, question and answer, then it's a very straightforward process, right? Over there. Okay, now, so we have all these things. Now, if the customer, you can test it out as well, right? You have this testing console. you can put things. So pets allowed like this. You can change the statement also. It's just an ML solution. So the original statement was, are the pets allowed? You can say something else as well. Think it through and try this out. It's in the chat window, right? Now, if it doesn't properly um, sort of gives the allocation, the machine learning engineer will basically go in and will take care of it. Like they will say that, okay, no, this is not what the answer should be for that problem statement. That should be something else over there. The customer was pretty, after this, the customer maybe didn't respond it back or was not very angry and so on and so forth. Okay. Now, then what you do is you basically save and train. Once this is saved and trained, you click on publish. And let me see if I can show you the old endpoints there. And that's the endpoint right now. So this will even work even if I don't have yeah. So let me see if yeah, okay. So I need curl. I can basically use command prompt for this. I can put my questions here like this over there, right? And this is Postman. I don't have Postman. I have other tools. Curl can be used. It's basically in Bash. You can use it, or in your CMD, it will also be there. So put your questions here. Now what I have done is I just went one step ahead of it, and I created this bot over here. This one. And this bot is then I clicked on the channel integration, the new ones, the old ones are deprecated. And from this channel integration, I clicked on the web channel over there, web chat, and let's go and see other channels which are there. Let me just go one page back. Then we'll come back here. So channels basically represent where your customers are. Like Facebook is one channel, right? So let's see what other channels are there. Alexa is another channel, and direct line is there. API calls. Office 365 is another channel. Facebook is another channel. GroupMe is a channel. Line is a channel. Teams is a channel. Omni channel. The Skype, Slack, Telegram, and so on and so forth. Okay, so the web chat is what we have right now, and this one is what I clicked on. That's the default name which was there. I copied this value, this one, copied that key, and then went to VS Code. And in the VS Code, basically went to the bot which I deployed. And in this bot over here, in sorry, not in the bot, in the website, in the bot section over here, I just embedded that over here. This is that. So that's the iframe. So web bot. So if you see it over here, this is the one which is embedded. So this is the one which basically does what we are seeing here, like that. So the bot starts speaking. Okay, now the last part. The last part over here is the search functionality. Before I go to the search functionality, let me just show you the cognitive the Cosmos database. What are we doing there? And then we'll go to the search functionality. So I'll take you back to my Cosmos DB, and this is the one which we are using for the logging purpose. And we'll click on Data Explorer. We have two containers here. This is a semi-structured database. We have two containers there. That's the database name, hotels, AW hotels, and message store and trending sentiment. Two different containers are there. So if I click on message store and items, so JSON documents are these items over here. So these are the items, and the username is basically like that. So these are all the usernames, and your Vinay and the guys who just did it during the demo, your names are also here. If somebody tries it out, your names will also get logged over here. So if I click on this, basically see, this is what it shows me, the entire history of what happened. So message was hey, username was Shivam, the session ID was a lobby, message type was chat, the sentiment score is -1. This is something else because the sentiment is 0 to 1. This is not possible. So I'll see what is that. Partition ID is 23. That's basically Event Hub ID over there. I logged in with this user as well, Ron, and let me see what I did here. I was trying a couple of things, I think yesterday. So these may be from that. You can see like this over here. Okay. So yeah, sorry, I think I was fixing the score. It was not working out. So it was just showing -1 like a default entry for everyone. Then I fixed it. There was something wrong. I made a wrong connection string. It was then it started working from here. So score is actually sentiment score only, but it started working after some time. It was not working in the starting. Can you be quick, Mr. Bot? So Batman is responding that is asking, and the message is, can you be quick, Mr. Bot? So all those things happen. Okay. Now the the other one here, I don't remember if we did anything over here. So this is supposed to have the trending sentiments, but this part is yet not completed. So you can say that there is in the same database, there is another trending sentiment can be like, let's say, what is a trend right now? Is it like, let's say on Twitter, you can think it through, right? From Twitter, let's say something is trending today. Is it positive or negative, or what is trending today as such? So those type of logging can also be done. So there is another one called as trending sentiment. So basically this data should go there. Or what we should do is, or what I should do is, I should have another path from here, which I think I forgot to do. I made the container, but I forgot to complete that. So this basically should go in this way. So we should have it too, the trending sentiments as well over there. Now, okay, great. So the in the last part, what we have done is, if you remember, the customer is also looking for a chat functionality. Sorry, a search functionality. So we'll come back over here and we'll just search for this search. And I'll just highlight that part. Now, this is another reason why we have the logging done over there. So the business owner is looking for a full text message based search over there. For this part, we are using Azure Search. It's the name of the service, Azure Search. So what we are doing is, we are the Azure Search is crawling. There are crawlers over there. The crawler right now is crawling every 5 minutes, and it is creating index on top of the data from Cosmos DB, Azure Search, like this. So this is sitting on top of the Cosmos database here, like this, And the crawl, and you can specify the schedule for the crawler. It refresh in 5 minutes right now. As per my configuration, it can be anything custom as well. And it is just creating one index. So what happens? This index is the one which get crawled, or you can say this is the one which that search functionality in the web app basically points to. So if I take you back to this over here, and if I just click on search, and let's see, if I say Vinay over there, and let's see the messages from Vinay. So it's showing that it's some 11:47 is when Vinay joined the chat session. I think that's when he clicked on it. So I'll say Batman, what we have entered earlier. So everything which Batman did is being searched there. So the messages, and when Batman joined the session, and so on and so forth. So I was trying it for many times, it seems. So, and other things as well. I'm also one of the user there. There is no specific user. Anyone can use it, right? There is no specific user right now. You just have to give your name, and the chat starts. Okay, so to be able to provide this search functionality, what we have done, we made one Azure Search, and this in Azure Search we made one English index on top of it, or index in English on top of it. It is crawling over the Cosmos DB every 5 minutes, and it is creating index. That is what we are referring to over there, right? Here, like this. So to do that, we basically are going back to the search service, which is somewhere over here. That's the search service. So now the search service, you have to click on import data over there. and you have to select the sources from where you can get the data. You can get data from databases. You can get data from SQL servers on Azure virtual machines like SQL VMs. Cosmos data is what we have selected. Storage account is object storage. HDFS replacement is ADLS over here, data lakes, and that's a key value pair. SharePoint Online, file is file share, and MySQL. So we can get data from all these locations. So we have selected the Cosmos DB. And basically, if I can show you, maybe I can select it one more time. So let me just select the settings which I have done. Okay. Only one database is there. And message store is the name of the collection. It's still doing something. So message store, and then I think it's done. So now what it will ask us for more details. It will ask for what are you looking for, what's the target, and so on and so forth. So we'll wait for the page to load. Okay. So if I just zoom in and click on this, okay, so you will notice that there are various sections here. Something can be retrieved. So like for example, a message, like these are the fields in the data right now. These are the attributes in the data: message, created date. So this is what we have in the Cosmos DB, right? In the Cosmos DB, these attributes were there. So which attribute is searchable? Like what can be searchable? Messages are searchable. I have selected messages. So messages will be retrieved when you search for it. So if you search for example, let's say pizza, whoever did a message which had pizza over there will be retrieved. That message will be there. See, order a pizza. I want to try a pizza. Order pizza. Order a pizza for me. Can I get a pizza in my room? Like that, right? Like this. So it's searchable. You can search with it. You can retrieve it. It's can be retrieved. For example, if I have a facetable search, like if you think about any e-commerce website, you can have the facetable search, right? Like you can put like, okay, I want the product to be of this price range minimum to that price range. So some min max, something which you can filter on based on. Some facets are there, min max range, or some date is there in Outlook. We want to search for a particular email which came in maybe January. So you are saying, okay, from 15th January to 30th January. Sorry, let's say 15th January to maybe 20th January is the 5-day period in which I want to do the search. So filterable, is it a facetable over there? Like some sort of scroll bar is there in the UI. So we select that, like which what needs to be, what can be retrieved, what is the searchable, what are we searching for, with which entity can we sort, and so on and so forth. What is a partition ID and XYZ, and then we create the index on top of it. So create an index. So I already have one index over there, which is uh, here. This is the index, chat message index. It is having 77 documents right now. It is having, because I think 77 is the total chat count till yesterday, what I was able to do and what you guys may have done today. The total size which it is storing is 2 to 1 KB, and the uh, and it basically, we can type it here as well. Whatever you see here is what happens there also. So if I say pizza here, we should see the same output, because this is the output which is coming there. So want to order pizza. You see this? Like this is just for the troubleshooting purpose. Like if it doesn't work, then where to go and see what went wrong. So whatever you see here is what is happening here also. We are just printing out the message from it, and I'm pretty sure you got my point. Okay, so this is the search which we have done, uh, and that's really what I had for the demo as well. So what we have done is we have created the entire solution for this customer, and the customer was basically looking for all these functionalities. They were looking for bot which can do FAQ. They were looking for sentiment analysis. They were looking for Lewis. They were looking for scalable solution which are non-infrastructure oriented. So we use the event hubs. We use the serverless functions there. We use the pre-built cognitive services. Some tuning is required in the cognitive service part. Lewis is working fine. Lewis is which is converting the intentions into utterance into intentions, and then we are archiving the outputs, and we are using stream analytics where it's just writing the output in multiple locations like Cosmos database in Power BI. It's streaming the data. There is a dashboard in Power BI, and there is on top of the Cosmos DB we have a search which is providing the search functionality for the customer there. So this is the problem statement, and this is how we are doing the intelligent analytics on the edge for this customer. And if we go back to the problem statement, what they wanted is achieved over here. As such, automatic response from the bot, uh, pretty scalable solution, and we have avoided the infrastructure as service. We have the public chat history as well. It's fully searchable. And we also have a dashboard for the internal users which is determining the sentiments over time. And it is determining the average sentiment in the point in over there. Now, there is, apart from this, I just want to take your attention to one more thing. And there is one architecture I will just share with you. It's called as enterprise grade chatbot in Azure. We have made that more or less. There are a few components which we may not have put there, but if I just give this link in the chat window, we were able to create the enterprise grade chatbot. And if I just zoom in over here, so we haven't done any Azure AD integration or B2C integration. We also didn't use keywords. That's one thing which you can go for. We are using bot services and the channel integration. We do have the custom bot logic, which we have implemented with Azure Functions as such. We are doing logging in Cosmos database over here. And we don't have DevOps pipeline integrated. Maybe another day we'll do that. For monitoring and reporting, we are using, for the reporting purpose, we are using Power BI. Monitoring purpose, we haven't created anything for the monitoring purpose yet, but you can do that in a very easy manner with application insights for all the applications there. We are using Lewis for language understanding, Q&A maker, search also, and text analytics, which is not in the screen, but that's also being used. Data we manually uploaded. We didn't use any ETL to do that. Neither data factory, nothing like that. I manually uploaded all the data. So that is somewhere where the enterprise grade chatbot is where we can automate that part as well with data factory, which is an ETL and ELT tool. And this is what we have achieved, more or less around 80% of this conversation chatbot over here. And this is the one which is called as enterprise grade chatbot. So one thing which I want to share with you is whatever I have done today, that same thing, I'll give you a lab of it in case you guys are interested to replicate it, right? So I am just going to share a GitHub repository in the chat window now. And that GitHub repository is the one which you can follow for doing what I just showed you. And let me see if I can copy the. Okay, so let me see, where is it going? Okay, let me open that again. I have two monitors right now, so it's doing something funny right now. So I'll just open that link again. I have it somewhere saved in my notepad. Okay. Okay, so Hopefully that's the one. Okay, so this repository is archived, but it's totally operational. It's Microsoft's repository. It's archived right now, but it's totally operational. I have just showed you the end-to-end scenario. This is part A. This is part B over there, right? So this is you just need Azure subscription to be there. I'm giving you the landing page in the chat window. Uh, you can go through the so after the session, if you want to repeat the the solution, you can put it there. How to retrain? For retraining purpose, for example, we do that here like this. So for example, we did this if you remember. So for example, let's say over here, something which is not working fine. It's not automated right now, so you have to manually do it. But if you keep the like, let's say you have the log somewhere, you can automate it as well, but you manually do it. So if something is not working out, so we added this. I want to try the hot dog. This statement was not working earlier. Then we retrained and republished, and it was working after that. So this is something which we can think of. And there is one MLOps session which we did, I think last week or maybe week before it. Uh, and there is where we talked about the entire MLOps pipeline. So look for that session, which we already have done. And there is another session which is coming on MLOps in for IoT Edge in I think next month. Look for that session. I'll show you how to do the MLOps for the with retraining as well for the IoT Edge scenarios with Raspberry Pis. Okay, and this is what we did today, the manual one. There is no DevOps integration right now. Okay, so guys, let me go through your questions. I think I was expecting 2.5 hours, but we are on 2 hours limit right now. So ask your questions. You can unmute and you can ask your questions. And the do bookmark the link from the chat window to reproduce this. Okay, so let me see if there are a few questions which are there. And how much manual intervention is required? That is precision and accuracy. In which so there was no manual integration, right? You saw it, right? There is nothing which we do. We just click on train. There is no accuracy which we sort of we can test it out. For example, if I do the testing and if it is less accurate, I can make it more accurate by giving better data. But this is a pre-built AI solution. This is more or less ready-made type of thing, which anybody can use. There is not much of you can say. You see that it's 99% order in inspect. Then it's showing that housekeeping is what the intention is right now of that. So it's not custom AI. So the precision and the recall and the accuracy is not that relevant right now. Will you share the session recording? Yes, the recording will go on YouTube. So Parth will share the links very soon. And I'll just show you the landing page. So if you see that we have this channel on YouTube called as Microsoft Reactor, just search for it. And if all the recordings, they go to Microsoft Reactor. So you can find me on other speakers also on this channel here, right? So recording will be uploaded in 24 to 48 hours. It generally takes that much of time. So the previous last week's session will also be here somewhere, uploaded by now. That one. CI/CD for GitOps with Azure Arc, 10 days back, this one. So you can look for me over there and look for this session also there. How to get a free Azure subscription for more than a month? For more than a month. Now, I'll show you one thing. Basically, it's called as MS Learn. There is no way to get it for more than a month. The Azure free trial is of 1 month only. The free services are for 12 months, but the practical services are for 1 month only. So you can go for free trial, but uh, for that, for beyond it, there is maybe if there is any event going on. So I was in an event last Saturday. So in that event, I did a give out in Chennai, giveaway in Chennai. So those type of things, if you can join the events, maybe in some event you will get some vouchers. But generally, what I recommend is, for example, if I say Cosmos DB, see in MS Learn over here, or I type it properly, Cosmos database, then I just want to show you that in lot of the in lot of tutorials on MS Learn, they're already providing a subscription. So you see the Sandbox. So any one individual can activate 10 Sandbox in 1 day. So I just have to log in with my email ID, and then I can activate the Sandbox there. We don't need any subscription, no payment required, nothing. And then you can do what that tutorial does in the Sandbox. So something like this. See, now it is uh, next, uh, like this. And then let's just skip it. Not sure yet, not sure yet, not sure yet. Okay. So you see the Sandbox is coming up here. So now it will come up. And I can do this tutorial in the Sandbox. And I can also open it in the uh, solve these puzzles. It will open the Cloud Shell here. If I log in into the Azure portal with the same account by which I am activating the Sandbox, I can also use the UI. You may have to click on the directory and change the directory from here, but you can use the UI as well for sandboxing. It's some permissions are being given. That's how you can use Azure. So look for MS Learn and find the tutorials or articles where the sandbox are available, uh, and go for it. Try out. So I think it got enabled. It's getting enabled right now. They're creating some resource groups for me and so on and so forth. Okay, so this goes in the chat. And Parth is informing that for as a student, you can also get things free of cost by registering via your college email ID. Okay, nice. It's time to look for friends in the family, right? So take their college email ID and go for it.
Yeah, it's free for the college students. They have to use their college mail ID. Like at the end, it's like if, for example, if it's RV, like at the end, it should be like a part at rvcollege.com or something. It couldn't be like Gmail or Hotmail or Outlook for the students. It has to be your college ID. Then the subscription is free for you. So, any more questions?
Okay, so for follow-up questions, you can also find me on LinkedIn as well. All the social media handles are there in the meetup page over here. Find me, and join the meetup page. Join the Reactor group on YouTube and on LinkedIn as well. So you will come to know about all the upcoming sessions, and stay in tune for the next sessions over there. You can just go to the bottom of the page and say more events, and you can see the next upcoming events here like this. Okay, so
Yeah,
how
I'll be sharing the accounts, LinkedIn accounts and all. I'll be sharing it. Yes, Shivam. Sorry, I stopped you.
no issues. So there's a question in the chat, how to use JavaScript here, like this. There is a different section for it, see, like this. You click on this and you click on the functions, and here you create the functions, the JavaScript functions in this tab. Here, we have to stop the HTML analytics job, then it will show. So we'll stop it. Now I'll just stop it. And once it is stopped, we'll go back to functions and we'll be able to create JavaScript functions, which we can call in TSQL. So just like we create functions in any programming language, similarly like that. So this job is 24/7 running, so it's stopping right now. And once it stops, we can see that. Your LinkedIn account, it's in the it's in the meetup page here. You can just take it up from there. I'll just put in the chat window. For any follow-up questions or any upcoming sessions, I will put post over there. You can find me there, join me, and ask questions as well. Okay, so now this one got stopped. So you see this, the JavaScript functions here, this one. That's where we write it in the function tab here. And then we have to call it in the code. So whatever name you will give, with that name, you will call it as such. Let's say if this is the function, with the name of the function, you will call it in the code. Okay. Any other question, guys?
Any more questions, or we shall go for a wrap up?
Will you teach JSON? What do you mean by that? JSON syntax? No, there is no session on that. Maybe there is another session which I am not aware of. Right, you can check in the on the meetup page. Maybe there is a session already done earlier, right?
Final call for the questions. Before we end, I'm sharing you a few links. The first link is Microsoft Reactor LinkedIn page group. The second one is today's speaker Shivam Sharma's LinkedIn link group. The third one is Microsoft Reactor's Bangalore upcoming events. That is our Microsoft Meetup page link. And the fourth one is our Reactor YouTube channel link, where you can find many sessions like with various speakers and all for your further learning. So we'll call for a wrap up, Shivam.
Yes, then thanks guys for joining in on our weekend. Enjoy your day, enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you in the next session. Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Parth.
Thank you, Shivam, for the session. Thank you all for joining us today. Please do share your feedback for today's session. Also, feel free to use the Learn modules that Shivam has sent in the chat section. That might give you additional resources and take your learning further. Please also visit our Microsoft Reactor Bangalore meetup page for more upcoming sessions. Thank you all once again and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you.